Welcome back, another episode. Episode 6 of the Buccaneers features some really amazing jackets and other winter attire, called It's Christmas, as the snowfall causes the characters to rush around with gleeful exuberance. Textured and tactile fabrics fill the opening shots, drawing our attention to the jackets of all shapes and sizes. The language does a poor job of capturing the time and date of the setting. The attractive, rich colors contrast wonderfully with the white landscapes. Even when they are inside, they maintain their passion. Guy is wearing a green cardigan that looks especially comfortable. I lust after every single sweater and jacket worn, even though the show is complete gibberish. The absence of a recognizable tone or presence in front of or behind the camera is one of the most obvious problems with the Buccaneers Episode 6, once viewers are no longer drawn in by the exquisite materials on exhibit. This has frequently been demonstrated by the character writing in the episodes that have been made available, but this week's directing also emphasizes it. That explains why the costumes and set design are so striking. Aside from the enviously full bookcase in the backdrop, what else are we supposed to be gazing at? Not the characters themselves, given the direction that makes them uninteresting. This week, at the very least, some transparency is granted to the characters. 3 significant secrets are disclosed or talked about. After yet another unpleasant encounter with James, Lizzie eventually tells Ginny what transpired between them in an attempt to persuade Ginny to divorce her now husband. Ginny initially appears to recognize the wickedness hiding beneath James' well-groomed appearance, but she quickly flips and accuses Lizzie of being the one who is to blame. She accuses her, claiming Lizzie isn't a victim of anything because James didn't physically coerce her into doing anything. Though the actresses fall short of providing the appropriate gravitas, it's a horrific scene that illustrates the various ways trauma can manifest in victims. Following their unbearable fight in Episode 5, Guy and Nan are back to their awkward flirting and dodging of questions while moving at the slowest possible pace in any given room or stairwell. Nevertheless, he acknowledges that, at first, he preferred to preserve fewer secrets than search for a wealthy wife who could assist him in preserving his family's property. Though they haven't reached a point of reconciliation, it's still preferable to additional needless lies that just serve to drag down the plot's progress. However, given the attention they've received, they ought to be the show's primary romantic couple, but it will have to wait for at least one more episode. The Duchess' discovery that Nan is illegitimate, a fact James informs her of with Ginny's assistance, marks the third significant revelation. This results in one of the funniest, most hilarious scenes ever. A startling, handheld camera captures Nan as she rushes from the Duchess's chambers to her own bedroom, making light of what ought to be a somber moment. She believes she is being shipped away. Even though Nan had just told Guy that she was pleased that the marriage was off, Theo tells her that he loves her despite everything, as she confidently admits to the diners that she refuses to feel guilt about who she is. They then kiss. There are barely 2 episodes left, and not much has been done to persuade viewers that it will be worthwhile or acceptable for Nan to start seeing Guy Remmers, even if she ends up breaking his heart. The wisest course of action might be for her to wind up alone. It would go well with the show's theme of independence and the necessity of developing oneself before developing a love relationship or a couple. Whatever the case, there's no connection to any of these individuals, Nan especially, and the romantic complications are making matters worse. As it continues to pick away at the same plots and character secrets, the Buccaneers Episode 6 is more of the same. The outcome is still quite boring, even though there are 1 or 2 effective beats. The best course of action is to use the series as background noise for duties like folding clothes. Apart from the dresses are gorgeous. For more, subscribe.